There are 27 crore students who go to school in a country. Out of that, 18 crore students go to government schools, almost two-thirds. 66% of the students go to government schools. And we know that the condition of the government schools all across the country, barring a few, good initiatives are being taken in Tamil Nadu. A lot of work has been done in Delhi. Some other state governments also might be doing good work. Barring a few, the condition of most of the government schools is really, really pathetic. My question is, how can all of us want our country to become #1 country in the world. All of us want the country to become a developed country. But if 66% of our schools, of our children are getting rotten education in government schools, how can the country progress? We can make long speeches, we can make big speeches that we want the country to become a developed country, we want the country to become #1. But unless and until we start providing good education in government schools, as good as in private schools, I think the dream of becoming a developed country will always remain distant. It should be the right of each child born in this country, whether rich or poor. It is the right of each child to get good education and free education in our country. And it should be the duty of each government to provide good education and quality education and free education to each child.
Today, we have Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Through Arvind Kejriwal, is a special invitee for the launch of 3 important and revolutionary schemes. He is not just the CM of Delhi. He is a fighter. He left his IRS job and entered public life to serve the people. With his hard work, he has become the Chief Minister of Delhi. Recently, he has made his party win his Punjab also. He is always very active. He is closely watched by everyone in the country. We are happy that he is among us today in Tamil Nadu. It is a happy moment for Bharati Women's College that such a celebrated leader has come to your college. When I visited Delhi this year on 1st April, I had the opportunity to see the government schools there. Tamil Nadu School Education Minister Anbil Makesh also was with me. Just as everything else in the country is getting modernized, our classrooms also need to be modern and activity to our children. We plan to create such schools in Tamil Nadu and requested Honorable Arvind Kejriwal to come and a guest for the launch. Accepting my invitation, he is here today. On behalf of all of you, I welcome you.
I want to share my experience when Stalin Saab came to Delhi. In the last week of March, we got a message that Stalin Saab wants to come and visit Delhi government schools. I was very surprised because in our country, we rarely see chief ministers going to each other's state and see the schools or the hospitals. Most of the time of a politician goes in politics, and very little time is spent on development. So I asked my office to confirm doubly whether it is true that he wants to come to see the schools and Mohalla clinic. They said yes, he just wants to come to see the schools and Mohalla clinic. I was so happy to receive him. I personally went and received him. I took him around the school. I took him around the Mohalla clinic. And during media interaction, he announced that he will open similar schools of excellence in Tamil Nadu, and he will invite me for the inauguration. So I was very sure that he's going to do that. But I thought it might take about a year, 2 years, 3 years before it happens. Stalin Sahab, I'm so pleasantly surprised that you have done it in 6 months. Within 6 months, now I got an invitation to come and make the announcement that 26 schools of excellence will soon be started in Tamil Nadu. I am told that there are already 10 model schools which are working here, and 15 more model schools are going to start now. It is very important that we all learn from each other. India is one country. We might belong to different political parties, but there is so much of good work that each government in each state is doing. And it is extremely important that we learn from each other.